Hey guys, it's Lisa. Day number 12 of the Salesvision 100 video challenge. I want to thank you for tuning in to my channel here. I'm kind of new to posting my own videos, and I wanted to ask you guys a favor before I get into it today. And if you're getting any value from my videos, I'd appreciate if you'd click like and give it a thumbs up, and subscribe. Maybe leave me a comment. Help me get my channel popping. Actually, another favor I want to ask is, because I'm learning a lot of new things as I build my business online, and you guys are kind of coming along on the journey with me. You get to see my failures, my successes, and as I grow into my own as an entrepreneur and a business owner. If there's anything in particular you want me to focus on, or any questions you have for me, or even any topics for me to address, I'm going to be doing a video every day, as you know, for 100 days. And probably I'll continue doing videos after that. I don't know if it'll be daily. But, instead of me just picking the topic every time, I do want to share with you what I'm learning. But I think that you guys would get more out of it if you gave me some ideas of what things you want me to talk about. It doesn't even have to be about, what I'm doing right now. It could be something, to do with, my past jobs, something about mindset or psychology, because I've always been in the psychology field. Um, or something about attitude, or about changing your life, changing habits, pivoting in life, as a middle-aged woman, that is changing your life all of a sudden, going in a different direction, whatever. I'll consider any topics. So, leave suggestions below in the comments, and let me know how I'm doing too. I just started, so, be gentle. But, all right, I wasted enough time. Yesterday, I read a poem called Don't Quit. I had told you guys it was kind of my mantra that I carried around with me since I was like 12 years old. Whenever I felt depressed or felt like giving up, on life or on anything, I would refer back to that poem, and it always reminded me, to persevere, to persist, to keep going. You never know how close you are to success. You might feel like you're, you know, so far from success, and, you could be turning the corner and hitting your mark, a lot sooner than you think. So, what I wanted to talk about today was just different strategies to keep yourself motivated. Especially being an entrepreneur, it's kind of lonely. You spend a lot of time on the computer, and you're not in a work environment with a lot of people. Although online the groups are very encouraging, you get a lot of encouragement. But how can you self motivate? Okay, I'm going to give a few of my suggestions, things that have worked for me. If people have different suggestions, feel free to put them in the comments, like I said. Maybe one of these days I'll do a live, and we can get a conversation going about it. But one thing is sure, the only sure way to fail, and I mean like fail as in you don't meet your goal, is to quit. Everything else is a learning experience. You can make mistakes, you're going to have obstacles. That's natural. Anybody will tell you, any successful person will tell you that they had obstacles, they had, stumbling blocks, they had to be flexible, they had to change direction, adapt to different life circumstances. That's part of the journey. Nobody gets to success, even if they seem like they're an overnight success. It's kind of like an iceberg, like the tip of the iceberg. You see their success. You don't see everything underneath. You don't see all the hundreds and thousands of failures and all the hard work that went into it. So, there's really no such thing as an overnight success. But the only sure way to fail is to give up. So, how do you keep yourself going when you're faced with obstacles? I wrote down some things just to give me some sense of direction here. Where is it? Okay. Well, the biggest thing is to figure out your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why is it your goal? Because if you have a strong enough why, you can conquer any how. You know, you'll do the work. You'll figure it out. Um, Excuse me, my allergies are bothering me. That was attractive, huh? Sorry about that. um, yeah, I mean, things are gonna happen. Where was I now? You got to be flexible. You got to keep trying different things. When obstacles get in your way, you can look for a way around the obstacle. You can change direction for a little while. Um, you can be resourceful and try to think of a way, to get over that obstacle. For instance, one big obstacle to people meeting their goals and like starting a business is lack of resources, whether it be lack of skills or lack of information or lack of funds, but you can usually get creative with that too. You can ask for help, find a mentor. As far as funds, there's a lot of different ways to earn money online, that are just easy, simple ways to earn a few bucks here and there, like the gig economy, taking gigs, doing odd jobs. I mean, there are ways to get little amounts of money to put towards your training. There are plenty of free classes online that you can take and get trained for free, including Salesvision. There is a lot of quality free training in Salesvision that will help you if you're interested in starting your own business, or even if you're just interested in doing some, personal development. A lot of that stuff is free. Of course, to get the advanced trainings, there's different levels, but for free, you can pretty much get anything off the internet as far as information and resources. So you don't take the easy way and just give up because it seems like you don't have the right resources or enough resources. Um, another thing that often leads to people quitting is something happens in their personal life to derail them. Things happen, I mean, look at the coronavirus. I mean, natural disasters can happen, things that are out of our control, outside cues, things with the government, relationship issues, you're fighting with your boyfriend, your girlfriend. You you got to learn to compartmentalize and keep things separate, so that you don't quit what you're doing to tend to that. Those issues, you have to put them to the side and still do what you need to do to get to your goal. You always got to go back to the why and remember why it's your goal in the first place. Why are you doing it? And that's where you'll find your answer and your motivation to keep going. Another thing you can do when you feel like quitting is, have a playlist ready of motivational speeches. I mean, I have my YouTube and my SoundCloud are full of different playlists that have different positive affirmations, meditations, motivational speeches, all sorts of motivational talks. And I just, pick a playlist, hit play, and, you know, listen to it in the background while I'm working. Or if I need to take a time out, I'll lay on my bed and just listen to all that motivational stuff. And before you know it, I'm up again and I want to go back and try again. So, motivational speeches and different types of quotes. That all helps keep my motivation up. You can take a break, do something different, stop doing what you're doing. If you get discouraged, do something different, maybe take a nap. Things might seem easier, obstacles might not seem so big, after a good night's sleep or after you take a break and do something different and go back to it. um, to come up with creative solutions, creativity needs time to incubate. If you don't sleep, your creativity center in your brain does not recharge and rejuvenate, and you'll have a hard time, coming up with creative solutions. That's probably my problem because I had 2 hours of sleep last night, so I'm having a hard time today coming up with things. But I mean, I'll catch up on sleep tonight, and I'll be raring to go tomorrow. Meditation is another thing. You feel discouraged, you feel depressed, you run into an obstacle and you don't know what to do. Meditate on it. Do a meditation. Anybody can meditate. Take some time to do some deep breathing. Put on a guided meditation. There's plenty of them on YouTube. And, just get in touch with yourself that way. And you can resume your meditation. Another thing you could do is write. Writing is very therapeutic. Write in a journal. Maybe do some visualization. Visualize when you meet your goal. How is your life going to be? What will it look like? What type of ways will you reward yourself? Actually, giving yourself rewards is a good way to stay motivated too. Set mini goals for yourself. Don't set an astronomical goal that is like way, way out of reach without setting intermediate goals in between. You want to be able to reward yourself every so often with little successes. The little wins add up. I mean, when I made a commission for $1 something, that was the first time I made a commission, so that was a little win for me. Sure, I don't want to be making dollar commissions this time next year, but as you go along, set little, markers for yourself, little goals on successes to celebrate, to keep you motivated, to keep going. What else? Let's see. I think I already talked about you can ask for help when you run into an obstacle. If it's something in your personal life, you can ask a friend. You need someone to watch your kids, or, you got something going on that's taking you away from your goal. Ask somebody for help. Or if you're stuck because you don't know how to proceed and you keep failing, well, find somebody who's done what you're doing. What's your goal? Find somebody who's already met that goal. Ask them what to do. They've probably experienced the same obstacles that you're running into and can give you some suggestions. Ask questions. Google it. Go on YouTube. Whatever your goal is, I'm sure it's somebody else's goal too. See what they went through. Look at testimonials and case studies of people who are doing what you're trying to do. Another way to not quit is, to look at your progress. Don't compare yourself to others, whatever you do, because you do that, that's going to make you want to quit. When you compare yourself, I'm not as far as so-and-so, and, they made it to, $10,000 a day in 1 week, and here I am, 6 months down the road, and I'm not making $10,000 a day yet. No, you don't do that. That's going to lead you to give up. The only person you compare yourself to, the only comparison you want to make is to where you were at yesterday, where you were at last week, where you were at last year. If you're one step ahead from where you were yesterday, then you're making progress. If you made a few mistakes and you learned from them and you're not making those mistakes, now, that's progress. When you look at how far you've come and where you started, which is one reason why I'm journaling and kind of chronicling my journey as I build my business. When you look at where you started and where you're at, you're not going to want to give up. You're going to realize you came this far. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, I'm running into problems, but you know what? I'm way further than I was a few weeks ago. I've made progress. Let's see what else. Sometimes you have to adjust and change direction a little. Your goals, you can't be so attached to the steps to your goal that, if something changes, that you can't change with it. Be flexible. It was Bruce Lee who said to be like water. Water has no form. Water is adaptable. You put water in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. You put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. It adapts to whatever it's put into, or whatever it is, whatever it comes in contact with. You want to be adaptable and flexible like that. You want to be able to flow and be able to pivot when you need to. Uh, let's see what else. Ways to stay motivated and not give up. To avoid negativity, that's a big one. Avoid the people who drain you of energy. Avoid the vampires, the energy suckers, the people, the naysayers, the people who are saying that you're being silly, that you'll never succeed at that that's a pipe dream. You do not want to surround yourself with those people. You want to surround yourself with people who lift you up, who encourage you, who can offer positive feedback, who maybe you're on a similar journey. Those are ways to stay motivated. It's very easy to give up when everybody around you is telling you that you should give up and that you should be doing something different. So, sometimes you might have to stop being around certain people in your circle, for your own productivity and success. I've been talking for 17 minutes. I didn't mean to do it that long, so I'm going to end it here. I mean, we can always come back to this topic if you guys, want. Leave me a, message down below in the comments and tell me if that's something you want to continue brainstorming on, ways to stay motivated and not give up, ways to meet our goal. I'm going to end this because I really didn't mean to take up this much of your time. I thank you. If you stayed till the end, God love you. Thank you. Have a great night. And the links below to join Salesvision if you want to join. Leave me a comment, hit subscribe, hit the bell, smash the thumbs up, the like button. And I will talk to you tomorrow, guys. I love you. Have a great day and stay safe. Bye.